This is not our last episode of the year, but I figured we could run through some of our favorite albums. I don't want to do the top 10 greatest rap albums.
No, we don't have to
that
do...
That becomes a fucking thing.
Yeah,
Everyone's
we don't have
argue.
to do a list. We can just run off some of our own personal favorite songs, albums of the year.
But what's interesting is we are prefacing, these are our favorites. We will still be attacked and debated. Even when you say, no, it's my personal favorite.
Yeah,
You're debating me on my taste. If you don't like my taste.
No, that's the way the world is built now.
I'm not saying this is the best.
Right.
This is what I like.
This is what I enjoyed.
Even with that, we will still be argued down.
Oh, for sure. I love it, though.
What do you guys think are... Let's go around the room. What would you predict my top 3 rap albums would be without looking?
Your top 3?
Yeah. I have a top 10 here, but...
I'm going to say Vince Staples.
Okay.
That was this year.
GNX.
Okay.
And I'm going to say Freddie Gibbs.
You got 2 for 3.
Yeah.
I will go through mine now. Or unless we want to predict Malls.
Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah, Maul loves that Freddie one.
Definitely going Freddie Gibbs.
I would put Doechii into Rory's too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The Family Matters EP.
I'm the only one that got
Just
it.
the one song?
Oh, yeah, it's in my phone, my bad.
All the unreleased Drake records. The Party Next Door and Drake album that none of us have heard and probably won't hear in 2024 is definitely number 1. I don't know if that's R&B or rap yet, but that's there.
It's a little bit of both, you know what I mean?
No, jokes aside, Freddie Gibbs I have in yours. I think I'm going to go Schoolboy Q in yours. And I wouldn't even know. I guess Vince Staples would be in your top 3.
Did Benny drop this year? Or Conway?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Benny
Benny,
whatever
so
they
Benny,
put out.
top of
Conway
January.
dropped this year, too.
so
Whatever
Benny,
they put
Conway,
out.
and Freddie Gibbs.
That's my
is
top
Maul's
3?
top.
Pretty good guys.
They
That's
all
the
on my
most
list.
Maul
They all
list.
on my list for
Yeah.
sure. They all on my list.
All right, well, I'll start with my actual list. Top 10 personal favorite albums of 2024 in the rap category. Number 1, Freddie Gibbs, You Only Die Once. Number 2, Doechii.
Is this in the particular order?
This is in 1 through 10.
Okay. So you have Freddie Gibbs as the best rap album of the year.
My personal favorite, yes. Number 2, Doechii, Alligator Bites Never Heal. Number 3, Vince Staples, Dark Times. Number 4, Tyler the Creator, Chronocopia. Number 5, Tierra Whack, Worldwide Whack. Number 6, Schoolboy Q, Blue Lips. Number 7, Kendrick Lamar, GNX. Number 8, Future and Metro, We Don't Trust You, which is saying something because I've never been the biggest Future fan. I get it, but fucking love that album. Number 9, Rhapsody, Please Don't Cry. And number 10, Common and Pete Rock, The Auditorium Volume 1.
Well, this is interesting because you guys were given the assignment of 5. Were you not able to only do 5?
Rory can't do that. You know he can't do
Last year we tried to do 5 and I'm not doing that. You leave too much shit off. And
Yeah, 5 is
I mean,
tough.
that's the point of the list. That's the point of being a favorite.
well, there's 5 there. You
Well, here
you
we
can
go. We can
separate
just
it.
saw this in half.
No, I was just asking because I wanted to know, like, are you being super inclusive? Are these all the only albums you listen to, or are these really all your favorite? Because I think that's why I originally said 5. 10 is fine, but I'm just wanted to bring that up that we originally said 5. Was it because like more than 5 were your favorite? If that makes sense.
No. I will say the 5 that are here are the 5 that I listen to by far the most.
Okay.
This year. Even though Tyler came a little later in the year, I would say that would be the highest. And Schoolboy Q would be 6 right there. Everything after that could be kind of mixed around a bit. But my top 5 was mine.
That's pretty solid.
It's 5 as far as what I listened to the most on the rap album side this year, for sure.
Okay.
Now, we have a few, some of the same artists as far as rap albums of the year that we personally loved. I didn't put this in no particular order, but I will say for me, personally, Freddie Gibbs has the best rap album of 2024. I think You Only Die Once is incredible. I could do without some of the skits.
Yeah, that's my only real
experience. Now, even though some of them are funny, you know what I mean?
They started to land later into the album, but in the beginning, I felt like, oh, this is cheapening up really good music.
Yeah,
but
it's a phenomenal album, incredible album. So that's my fun. The most important rap album, which I think is different than the best rap album, but to me, the most important rap album of 2024 is Belly 96 Miles from Bethlehem.
Great album.
I think that's probably the most important rap project of 2024. If you haven't
Content wise, for sure.
Yeah, if you haven't heard 96 Miles from Bethlehem, please do yourself a favor and listen to that. But
important meaning the content and everything that has been going on.
Yes, the message of it, how personal it is as an artist to make that type of music in that album. I think that it speaks to exactly what hip hop is. You know what I mean? So shout out to Belly on that project. But I had Freddie as the #1 album for me. Vince Staples, no particular order. I couldn't just put it in particular order, but Vince Staples, Young Chris and Ryder, the Case Closed EP.
You've been talking about that a lot.
One of my favorite projects this year. Larry June put out a crazy album this year. Benny the Butcher, 38 Special. Stabbed and Shot 2, one of my favorite projects this year. Also, Benny Summertime Butch was one of my favorite rap projects this year. Contrary to popular belief, Cole, We Might Delete Later.
So
one of my favorite rap projects this year.
Why I didn't put that on my list? It would be there, but it's an EP, right?
Yeah.
But Might Delete Later.
It's just your favorite.
Would make my top 5 of what I listened to by far the most this year. But I just thought it was an EP, so I didn't put it there.
Anything I'm listening to.
Man, that's an album.
You know that it doesn't matter. You know, in this day and age, that doesn't matter anymore.
Okay, well, all Dreamville and Cole fans, I promise that wasn't a slight. I just consider that an EP. That's why it wasn't in my top 10.
Anything that an artist put out this year, I'm counting.
If that's the case, sorry, Common and Pete Rock, I'm bumping you out, and I would put Cole at either 5 or 6.
So Common and Pete Rock is off the list altogether?
If I have to add Might Delete Later.
Damn.
There's only 10 slots.
I have Common and Pete Rock on here. Kendrick, GNX, We Don't Trust You, Tyler the Creator, Schoolboy Q. No particular order.
Nice.
My favorite projects of 2024.
Okay, well then I'm changing mine now that I know the rules that is a.
Look at Rory. The rules.
You don't have to change. What
Rory
rules?
love establishing rules.
It's just your favorite project.
I'm a fan of. I think rules are important. That's how a society functions.
So Ma, it was supposed to be a structured list. It was supposed to be a structured list. So I can't blame him for taking one off and replacing.
I mean, but he's speaking albums EP. I didn't get caught up in that. I don't care if it was 7 songs or 17 songs. It's a project.
True.
I guess.
I get what you're saying, but for me, it was just like, if I listen to this, it has replay value, and I loved it. I don't care how many songs it was.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. Also, Summer Walker got nominated for R&B Album of the Year, and EP was in the title. So I guess everything. There are rules, and they have changed.
Yeah. No, there's rules. People just don't abide by them anymore, but there's rules.
Okay. Going into R&B, I mean, did you guys... I know you guys didn't put a list together, but is there any notable albums that we missed that you guys listened to?
Oh, that you missed? Oh, no.
Or just ones that you loved?
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, they're mostly Chromacopia. I loved Vince's album, Dark Times. We Still Don't Trust You. As far in the Doechii album's great too. As far in J. Cole. So as far as like what you guys put here, I never really got into Blue Lips. I don't know. It just didn't do it.
Go back. It's really good.
I think I got to revisit it.
It came at a weird time because obviously the Drake and Kendrick thing, I think overshadowed all music that had just came out or was coming out. But
specifically rap music.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think
a lot of R&B got their shit off during that battle, but rap was kind of
this time of year. I think you're right. I should probably go back and give that. And I do. You guys play the Freddie Gibbs one a lot in the studio, and every time I hear it, I like it. I think I just also have to just sit with that and listen to it straight through.
Yeah,
it's the most replay value of a straight up rap album that I've heard. As far as important, I thought that was an interesting category. I agree with the Belly based off the content. Important music wise, I still think Doechii, Alligator Bites Never Heal should fall under one of the most important albums, just because I think it didn't change the landscape per se. I'm not saying she's doing something that hasn't been done, but it brought it back into a mainstream light, I feel like. It was the first time in a while, I think everyone was like, maybe hip hop isn't doomed for on a mainstream level. This woman has a lot of fucking talent. Can't wait to see where her career goes, type of thing. So I would put that also in most important albums this year.
Yeah.
Shout out to Doechii.
Corday as well. Corday dropped a great project, Crossroads. That's what I would add. If anything.
But yeah, my sleeper album of the year, Tierra Whack, Worldwide Whack, was one of my favorites. Really, really good. I also, it sounds crazy to say, but I don't think Vince Staples' Dark Times got the just due it.
When did it come out?
Early in the year. I remember bumping that. I think when we were in LA.
Was it around the time that his show came out? This year, even though it flew by, it still didn't. If that makes sense. Like some shit I can't believe happened in 2024.
Holy shit, that came out in May? I thought it was earlier.
Oh, there you go.
Yo, that came out May 24th.
That was during the battle.
So right during the thing, even that shows how good it was because I was listening to that a lot.
Yeah.
When all that stuff was going on.
Yeah.
And that title was fitting like during that time. For
There's
the battle.
so much good music on that.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of a good
Dark Times.
One of those few rap albums like the Gibbs one that you can just put on and leave it.
Yeah.
There is no real skips on that. Everything connects really well.
Freddie Gibbs' album is phenomenal, man. Like every day I listen to it, I like it more and more.
Trying to think if there's any other albums that we missed. I'm sure you guys are still screaming at your AM radio for all the stuff that we did miss.
Oh, the era of bringing...
Ransom, Chaos is My Ladder 2 was really, really good. That could have made...
When did he drop that, though?
That was 2024. And then Smoke and Mirrors was also fire. Smoke and Mirrors should make my top 10 now that I'm thinking about it. This is why I hate doing
Ransom was
because then I
September.
start thinking of other projects.
Ransom came
But it's
September?
It's
Yeah.
3 records, but you guys said EPs count. Like that's why I didn't have Ransom on this stuff because a lot of those joints are EPs.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's say it has to be more than 6 songs. I feel like more than 6 songs or more than 7 songs is an album. 7 songs or more.
Okay.
7 songs or more, I feel like is.
Well, then does Might Delete Later after he deleted one?
Yes, it still does.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say it's also Grammy nominated.
All right,
whoever
then
hated
Ransom Chaos is My Ladder 2 definitely should be mentioned in a top 10 2024 list for rap for sure.
Yeah. The photo bomb. Oh, yeah. I'm tripping.
I know you guys don't listen to female rap, so you don't give it its just due, but Lotto had an amazing fucking album and she deserves
She did.
Glorilla 2. If I was doing like a best list, Glorilla's album would be there. Like this is just my personal shit.
Yeah, I'm just making it for me. I'm not saying in the landscape of the entire thing, but for me, what I played that had the most replay value for me this year, yeah.
Okay.
R&B had a lot of great albums this year, but still feel like on a volume scale was a little light in the ass. But we did get some great ones. Still regret not putting my album out in 2024 instead of 2023. And also now I'm terrified.
Don't regret it. Why are you regretting it? You got your shit on, put out a phenomenal project.
Lists and nominations are what define us.
That's true. If you ain't
Rory
Your
decided
album
it. Yeah.
wasn't good unless it's listed.
Yeah. I get it.
And also it scares me for 2025, the amount of people that didn't drop. And I'm trying to drop.
You picked a shitty album cycle.
Yeah, what the fuck?
You should have dropped in the even years.
Well, SZA got out the way for you.
We'll get to the SZA album. I will say now, she did not make my list because I made this list before she even dropped. And like, I don't think it's fair, but we will get into her album after we do the R&B category. Predictions of my top 3?
Oh.
Obviously Leon Thomas.
Yeah.
Lucky Day.
Sinead.
I don't know who your third
Let
would
me
be.
see. I think me and Rory both like agreed on one of these R&B albums that I have.
I would go Mutt, Sinead.
Bryson.
Okay. Pretty much guessed my top 3 when Demaris added the third. But I'm for your guess for top 3, Leon Thomas Mutt. Every time you walk into the office, you're listening to that. I'll put Lucky Day there for you as well. And I know how much you like the Bryson one. So I think it's the exact same prediction on that. But Bryson was not in my top 3. Number 1 for me, Leon Thomas Mutt. I also think that is the best as well. It's not just my personal favorite. That was the best R&B album
That
of
might
this
be
year.
the best album this year.
For sure. Yeah. Across the board, that might be the best album this year.
Yeah,
Leon
that might be
Thomas
the
made
best
an
album this
incredible album. But not far behind him at all was Lucky Day Algorithm. One of my favorite Lucky projects, which is Saying Something. Loved what he did on that. Number 3, Demaris was correct. Sinead Harnett, Boundaries. Incredible. Also don't think it got its just due. Number 4, Raven Bird's Eye. Number 5, you could say is an R&B. I'm calling it R&B. MKG, 2-Star, and the Dream Police. I think you really like that project if you haven't listened. I'm sure people will tell me that's alternative. It's a fucking R&B album. Number 6, Gallant Zinc. Number 7, Layla Gap Year. Really excited for her. She's one of my favorite new artists. Number 8, which feels disrespectful that it's at 8, Thames, Born in the Wild is an incredible fucking album. Number 9, Bryson Tiller. Number 10, Money Long Revenge.
Yeah.
That's my 10 there.
That's a solid list.
I guess notable mention, Marsha Ambrosius, her and Dr. Dre put out a project, which was fire. I just didn't get back to it the way I thought I would. And I don't know if that was because I was busy or just kind of forgot, but that's a really, really great album.
For me, Leon Thomas, obviously, album of the year, in my opinion. Again, no particular order. Bryson Tiller, P&D 4, Yeah Ali, Private Suite 5, Lucky Day. Ombre put out a dope project.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Her project is incredible. The Xavier Omar LA project. I like that joint they put out. Yeah, Ali also put out Trap House Jodeci Radio Volume 1. Really like that project. Money Long's project. Yeah, and that's my list of obviously all the ones that I've had on replay.
Okay, so this changes things again. Ombre.
Here we go.
Can't keep
EP
doing
is in the
that.
title, so like.
Who are you kicking out? Money Long? Because you have to if we're doing
Ombre,
this.
I do this shit in my sleep -EP, and you guys said 7 records. It's 6. 15
Phenomenal.
minutes. No, it is phenomenal.
Yeah.
You Don't Know with Alex Isley is one of my favorite songs this year, but that's an EP, man. 15 minutes, 6 records, and EP is in the title.
That's an EP.
That's the album now.
That's an EP.
You could title it, This is an EP, not an album. And everybody be like, well, it's an album.
Yeah.
But then-
Kehlani, While We Wait too.
Yeah.
I like that project too.
The deluxe make me like that album even more. The deluxe, I wish you would have put some of those records on the first time.
Yeah.
Slow Dance with Dixon is insane. Like there's really, really good records.
It was some great music this year. Like I know the battle and all of that kind of like, took up a lot of the talking space and kind of overshadowed everything else. But there was like a lot of good music this year.
Honorable mention for the R&B. Mac Ayres put out a great. I never know
Shout
how
out
to
to
pronounce
Mac.
his name. Is that how you say it? Ayres.
Mac Ayres.
Ayres. That's probably Ayres.
Did he put it under R&B or alternative?
It's R&B. Yeah.
Okay, then
It's a
Max-
great
yeah.
album.
Max should definitely be on that list.
What's that album called? It's actually gonna bother me.
Demaris, was there any R&B that I missed? And I know,
Well, your favorites are your favorites.
no, of course, but just
Cloudy.
stuff that you liked.
That's the name.
I didn't listen to much R&B this year, I would have to say, but I mean, Kiana's album is being left off of everything, and I think that her going independent has a lot to do with that. I've been fighting with the people that's been making like lists for these magazines. I'm leaving her off top R&B albums. It's been pissing me off.
That's
but
your shit. You talk about that album.
That's
a lot.
my shit. That's all I listen to. It made my end of year rap list, and it had only been out for a month. So
I didn't know if it counted because it was a deluxe, which I guess could be a segue into the SZA stuff. The Chris Brown 1111 Deluxe came out in 2024.
wasn't it additional like 10, 15 songs?
It was another fucking album, but
Yeah.
I don't know if does that count?
Yes.
Okay, then that was really good. That could be on a top 10 list for
Here
sure.
we go.
I mean,
Who are you kicking off now, Bryson? You kicking off Bryson?
Wait.
no, I was gonna kick off
Wait,
Money
Chris Brown
Long
album
for,
came out this year?
for Mac.
No, the deluxe came out.
Oh,
this year.
okay.
Jaguar 2 Deluxe came out this year. I know it's just a deluxe, but it is an additional like 5, 6, 7 records. I don't know.
Yeah.
That would,
There's a lot of dope projects, man. People say it's nothing to listen to. I'm like, y'all bugging. There's a lot of shit out here y'all can listen to.
But it was the year of the beef, so
Yeah.
everything got completely fucking overlooked by 1 week out of hip hop.
No worry and